Infrastructure development is one of the engines for any country's development. Roads, for instance, open up a country and facilitate linkage between hard-to-reach rural areas and cities and towns for markets. This is the reason the government decided to construct the Zomba-Jali-Phalombe-Chitakale Road. At the time of the project approval in 2004, the government borrowed $32 million, about 23 billion kwacha, from the OPEC Fund for International Development, Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, and the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa. But the project did not start until mid-2008, owing to a long procurement process according to OPEC. The road had an implementation period of 3 years, which means that by the end of 2010, Malawians were supposed to have been reaping the fruits of their taxes invested in a standard asphalt road. However, delays to commence the project led to escalating costs beyond the available funds. By the start of the road in 2008, the total cost had shot to $42 million, which is about 32 billion kwacha. However, by 2010, construction work had been suspended by the Kuwait-based M.R. Karafi and Sons contractors after they claimed the government was not paying them. They decamped from the construction site and have not returned since. This was after the tarmac road had run from Zomba Airwing to Miseufolo, where it meets the Chirazulu-Migowi Road. As a group of village headman Malua from the area narrates, the road gave the people hope of development.
Chitukuko cha msewu ndi chitukuko chopambana. Chifukwa mayendedwe amakhala apafupi pamene anali ati.
Roads are very important. They make movement easy. Despite that, the road has not been finished, but movement has improved. Our biggest worry is that the road has not reached to the Boma. That's where all critical services are.
Just like most construction projects, some structures standing in the way of the road project were demolished, leaving many battling for compensation for more than 10 years. Madelson Nkuyu, who owned a restaurant at Miseufolo, had his business closed after his building was run down by heavy plants.
Ananena kuti tikisa kupasana ndalama zanu ukakhala kuti tayambiraso nso chifukwa choti waima.
They promised to give us compensation once construction resumes. We have been waiting. I lost my building and closed the restaurant. All efforts to get the compensation from the district commissioner's office have proved futile.
Years down the line, the road condition has badly deteriorated and riddled with potholes in a section that runs from Phalombe Boma through Holy Family Hospital to Chitakale in Mulanje. Many of the bridges that were still under construction at the time the project was abandoned in 2010 have had some of their reinforcement bars ripped off. One of the locals at Phalombe Boma, Devi Muhowa, laments the deterioration of the road, which makes it hard to imagine there was ever heavy machinery that worked on this road to near completion.
So many contractors have worked on the road, but it is not getting finished. You have seen for yourself, the road is in bad condition.
Since 2004, the Zomba-Jali-Phalombe-Chitakale Road has been a campaign tool for all governments that have come and gone. Muhowa says people in Phalombe feel used and dumped as the road remains in this bad state, while they are left to pay high minibus fares to connect to Mulanje Boma.
The road was supposed to be tarmacked to enhance access to the Boma, but that is not the case here. We have lost trust in government.
Transport kuchokera pa Migoyi ukafika ntaoni ndi 1000.
We pay high minibus fares to get to Mulanje. It is 1,500. When the fare from Migoyi to Blanta is 1,000. You can see that we pay much on this short distance.
For minibus operators plying the Phalombe route, the galled road means high cost of wear and tear on their minibuses, hence the high fares. Edgar Kalinde is a minibus operator we found at Chitakale in Mulanje, where passengers board minibuses to Phalombe Boma.
The road is expensive because there's no tarmac. We service our minibuses after every trip due to potholes. The Malawi-Government road is affordable because it is tarmacked.
Despite the Roads Authority failing to respond to our questionnaire on the road project, we found Fargo Limited working on the 102-kilometer road to finalize it 6 years after it was abandoned. This is in accordance with what the then Minister of Transport Francis Kasaila told The Times in 2015 that government was negotiating with the Kuwait Fund to borrow extra funds to finish the road. It was reported that the loan would almost double from $40.2 million to more than $60.5 million, which is about 43.5 billion kwacha. But what Malawians have now is a cross grinding on their shoulders. Taxpayers are coughing out almost 44 billion kwacha to repay loans for a project which is failing to finish. This is ample evidence that billions of kwacha have been flushed down the drain, which is what an economically crippled Malawi can ill afford in these hard times. For Times, this is White on Kapasule.